Hello. Today I'm going to continue my series on water. We all need it, and we all need it to be available even in an emergency. And it's got to be clean, and the containers have to be clean. Um, as I mentioned last time, I suggest you save all these pop bottles. If you're like me and you don't drink that much pop, then have your neighbors, friends, save these half-gallon bottles for you. Actually, they're 2 liters, which is a little different than a half-gallon. But nonetheless, it'll hold about a half-gallon of water. Now, FEMA at www.fema.gov suggests you have a gallon of water just for drinking each and every day, per person, 1 gallon. I suggest 2 gallons, simply because in the heat of summer, somebody in the family is going to be extra thirsty, and maybe all of you. And you might have to do much of the work that you do now with modern conveniences and appliances. You may end up having to do that same work manually, which is going to take extra effort, and especially in the summer, extra fluids. So count on 2 gallons of water a day per person. That's 4 of these containers per day. Now, these containers also have to be prepared to hold water and keep it clean. To do that, I suggest washing these out by hand, number 1, taking the label off, number 2, washing them in warm to hot water with 1/4 of a cup of bleach added to the water. Now, you don't need expensive bleach. The good old generic kind will do. No, no scented bleach here. Good old generic, 99 cents for, I think this is 3/4 of a gallon. Yeah, 3/4. So just buy your good old generic non-scented bleach and 1/4 of a cup of this added to warm to hot water. It's not the hot water that is going to be doing the sterilizing here. It's the bleach. And you need bleach. In fact, I suggest every so often, if you do your dishes by hand, you wash your dishes in warm to hot soapy water with 1/4 of a cup of bleach added to the dishwater. That will sterilize your dishes beautifully. If you're doing your dishes in a dishwasher, I would suggest 3/4 to 1 cup of bleach added to the bottom of the dishwasher when you start the dishwasher up. And that will sterilize your dishes, and it will also save on the cost of heating water for the sterilizing cycle. You'll be able to do your dishes with just regular hot water going into your dishwasher, and yet your dishes will come out very clean and sterilized. And there's one other thing to mention here about bleach added to dishwasher or dishwater. Bleach can enhance the grease cutting abilities of dish soap. So if you've got some extra greasy dishes and pots and pans, a little bit of bleach added to the water will help cut that grease much quicker, much easier on your hands. Now, we've gotten to preparing the water. What you do is you fill these bottles with the dishwater up to, maybe halfway. You're going to be able to do maybe 3, possibly 4 in your sink at a time. And you swish this around and you get all inside washed out really good with this soap and bleach solution. Be sure that the caps are washed and the rim here is washed really good. Rinse it out with water. Doesn't have to be hot water. Remember, the bleach is doing the sterilizing. You don't have to. Rinse it out with warm to hot water and let it dry. Set it up on the counter. Go like this as much as possible to get as much water out as you can. Set it up there, let it dry. Then, maybe later that day, maybe next day, you fill it with water. You can fill it up to the beginning of the neck here. To this water, you are going to add 1 drop of bleach. Again, your good old generic bleach. No scented bleach here. None. 1 drop per bottle. Then you're going to put the cap back on the bottle. Remember, these caps have to be washed and sterilized in the bleach water as well. When you're done with that, and it may take you a little while, when you're done with that, you're going to have a place to store all this water. Now, if you're anything like me, you might live in cramped quarters. A 1-2 bedroom apartment where there isn't a lot of storage. So, later on, we're going to get into storage areas in a small apartment. But for now, what you're going to do is start looking for bookcases at thrift stores, at yard sales, at your neighbor's house that might be willing to sell you some. Walmart might be willing to, might have bookcases that might do the job. Now, they can't be bookcases that just hold paperbacks. There won't be enough room in between the shelves to store anything. So what you might want to do is take one of these bottles with you when you're shopping for your bookcases and see if one of them will fit in between or on the shelves in between one shelf and the beginning of the next one. How many shelves will you need? That's going to depend. We're going to get into food storage, types of food to store, all to be done in cramped quarters on a budget. I don't have a lot of money to spend on emergency preparedness or prepping. So I have to do this on a budget. And I've had to do it for years on a budget. Therefore, I think maybe I can help you. For you single parents out there, this might just be the information you need. For now, that's all. Remember, 2-liter pop bottles, cleaned, sterilized with non-scented generic bleach. Fill it with water, 1 drop of bleach, tighten the lid pretty tight, and it's ready to store. Okay, that's about it now. Thank you.